All right, y'all, what the heck is going down? Your boy is back on the grind one more time. Your boy is back at it again, man, and it is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve to you guys out there. Merry Christmas to you guys as well, as I probably won't do an upload tomorrow. But yeah, y'all, we are here at my girl's parents' house, and as the intro said, it is cold outside. Man, it's cold out here, man. It's raining, it's cold, it's pouring, and it was snowing a little bit this morning. They said it would probably get snow tomorrow, and I guess it's suiting for Christmas. But man, this is makes me miss the spring and summertime for sure. I got some kind of bad news. I don't want to jump the gun yet though, so we'll see. It can be resolved, it can be fixed, but actually before we go to the storage shed and start my Caprice, it hasn't been starting in a while. I got my jump box this time, so hopefully it'll start. Trying to put the Chevelle together, man, has actually been a pain in the butt, and I feel bad for my buddy because he's the one putting it back together. But you know, at the same time, he's not blaming me for anything at all, because when I got the car was, you know, totally basically torn apart. The panels and everything were on there, but they were literally just holding on by like a bolt or two. I was talking to him yesterday and I was like, yo, how'd the hood fit? Because they were test fitting or putting on the hood. I was like, do you have any trouble with it? Because now I ask him every time he does something if he has trouble with putting things back together, because every job that he does now putting the car back together, it takes him like an hour or more to put it back together, just because he's run into some problems. Aftermarket parts don't fit, things like that. So anyway, he has had a lot of problems putting the hood back on, man. So he thinks the hood might be a little bit warped or off a little bit. Like, you know, to the eye it's straight, and he did the body work on it and everything, but he's not sure maybe what happened to it. Maybe it got tweaked at some point, a wreck or something. He's not sure. I think it's an OEM hood. I bought it used from a guy who I'm actually friends with on Facebook, because he only upgraded it because he bought the flapper hood. He had to do quite a bit of work to the hood to kind of get it straight. So he's not totally 100% sold on the hood just yet. But anyways, when you put the hood down, I guess it hangs over, I think he said the driver's side fender, so it won't close all the way. I don't know how much it hangs over. I'm not sure. There's a couple different things, and you know, and obviously he's frustrated about it because, you know, instead of it being a, you know, 10-minute job, 20-minute job to put on a dang hood and align it, it's turned out to be even more. So there's a few things that he's gonna take a look at, and he's gonna use this weekend to do it. And I feel bad about that too, because obviously it's Christmas, man, and I don't want nobody to deal with that. So he's gonna take some measurements on the frame and do some things. He has some tools that he's gonna take from work. He works at a body shop. He's a painter there, but he does paint and body, all kinds of stuff. And so he's gonna take some tools from there to try to see if he can get the correct measurements on it, where it's off, where it's potentially off at least, and then kind of go from there. But I think what he's gonna do is try to troubleshoot some things ahead of time. So he says it could be potentially maybe the core support is off a little bit, because he noticed now that it's on, the bolts that I put on, the body bushings and all that, weren't really tightened, and so they weren't really kind of set where they needed to be. So he's hoping maybe it's that, or maybe it's a little bit of that. So, and which makes sense, because I did tell him that I just put the core support on, I didn't align it, because obviously I didn't have any fenders or anything like that. He's gonna possibly just take a look at that first, just to kind of weed out the initial easy stuff. And then if it's not really that, then he's gonna proceed with the frame. So then I asked him, I was like, well, shoot, man, what are my options if the frame is tweaked a little bit? And he says, well, we have a frame straightener at our work, so, and we got guys there that can straighten it, so I probably just have to take it to my work. So that's that, man. So I don't really know, man. I mean, this car is kind of giving us a little bit of, I don't want to say more of a challenge putting it back together, but it's not being easy, that's for sure, you guys. So I don't know, man. I you know, everything that's supposed to be an easy job to put this car back together is just not. So it looks like I'm not gonna get the car back next week. And he was telling me, he was like, I know I said I was gonna have the car back to you next week, but everything that's going on with this car, it's gonna take me pretty much every day to try to put it back together if I can. and it's going to take me this weekend to kind of figure out the hood situation because he's not sure. He says to measure the frame is going to take him some time to kind of do that. So, and you know, he has Christmas, family, wife, kids, man. It's just not a good time. So I told him, I was like, yo, take your time, man. You've already had the dang car for like 3 years. I mean, what's another week, 2-3 weeks or whatever. So that'll just delay my time in trying to put it back together because I was trying to get it done before our wedding, but we'll see, man. I don't want to rush anything. This build is going in the right direction, and I just don't want to rush anything, you guys. So if it's not done by my wedding, it's just not done. So I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully it's an easy fix, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. So that's kind of a bummer. That's kind of like one of the last, at least big things, is kind of putting on the hood. Everything else should be fairly easy for him. I know he still has to redo my trunk for me. He's gonna paint and, you know, make the trunk look all nice and neat. He's also making a fuel pump access hatch for me as well. He's gonna paint and undercoat the rear inner fender wells on the bottom, and he's also gonna do some decal work on the side of the car, because if you guys didn't know, I probably never even told you this, it's been a while at least, is I'm gonna put we're gonna see what it looks like first. So he's gonna temporarily kind of tape it up there. I have a decal that goes, and it's black, and it goes from almost the front of the quarter, or the fender, all the way along the side of the door and back, and it fades out to the rear quarter. So if you guys know what a heavy Chevy Chevelle is, I'm following that same concept. It's actually just the side striping for a heavy Chevy. But I like it because it doesn't really cover the full entire length of the car. It kind of cuts off shorter, and the decal is not that big or that wide. And it also has it's also kind of like individual pinstriping, so you can actually see through the decal. You can see through it to the paint, so it looks really sharp. So we'll see kind of how that looks. He's gonna put it on there, make sure it kind of flows well with the Ken Diggett handles and everything, and then and just go from there. If we like it, great. If not, then we can just take it off. So that's pretty much it with the Chevelle, you guys. I mean, I know there's some other things he has to do to it as well. From what it sounds like too, is, I don't know, you know, this car is 50 years old. Who knows how many hands it's exchanged or what. So I don't know if this is a previous guy or not. He says it looks like somebody cut off all the bolts for the rear bumper, because he says over half of the bolts in there are broken, and it looks like they're like cut off. So he doesn't know if they were just rusted on and the guy just cut them off. I was like, well, that could make sense that maybe he just cut them off because he literally pieced the car together and he was gonna race it. So I don't know if he was gonna put like a fiberglass bumper on the back or something that he could just kind of put on and off and take off easy, and he wasn't even worried about the bolts being broken in there or whatnot. So I could see that being a possibility, but it makes it even worse for my buddy because he has to now drill out all these bolts. And he says he has to be careful because some of them have those nuts in there. I don't know if they're welded to the car or if they're just kind of just set inside the car or whatever. So I forgot the exact name from them. But basically, if those nuts break in there and the bolt is rusted to the nut, then it'll just spin. And if that happens, he has to cut open a section of the trunk to get those out. So I don't know, man. This whole thing has just been crazy, y'all, crazy. But anyways, enough with that. You guys pray for me. Hope the car gods are with me, that we can get this car back together safely and nicely, and we can get this car back in a timely fashion. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and get to the storage unit so I can start the box Chevy. Hopefully that'll start, and then I might try to see if I can bring back my BMW seat as well, because I brought the buttons and the module to see if I can get the heated seats to work. So stay tuned. I'll chime back in here in a moment. Y'all, we out here at the box in storage. And we're gonna see if we can get this damn thing to start. But let me go ahead and try to put this thing on. Tighten this thing up. So here, y'all, let me put you back down right here so I can tighten this thing, and I'll cut you back on here in a moment. I'm actually gonna open the door and see if the lights even come on, the courtesy lights. Because last time I didn't have any tools. I just hand tightened it down, so I was thinking, well, maybe it just wasn't tight enough. But oh yeah, lights are on. Shoot, man, I might just not have that ground bolt tightened down tight enough to even engage with the battery. So, oh, there it goes. I'm actually priming it a couple times. Well, you can hear the pump working. So it pumps the water and the coolant through the brick there. So that's working now. That's good. Well, shoot, y'all. Let's see if this damn thing starts up. All right, y'all, so we got her all started. She's running good. I don't know if you saw that little bit of steam that was coming out of there. I don't know, man. I haven't had the best luck with these Griffin radiators. Some people really like them. This is actually my third one, and the first two like leaked immediately. So I'm not sure what's up. I don't know if this is steaming from somewhere where it's leaking or whatnot. I don't know, man. It wasn't doing this before I stored it, so I don't know what's going on, to be quite honest. But anyways, I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I didn't see anything leaking on the ground, so I don't know. I guess we'll see. But she seems to be running good. Initially had a little bit of rough startup at first, but as she got a little bit warmer, then she started to act a little bit more normal. So man, it's really nice to hear this thing run. It's super nice. I do miss driving it, as this is probably my best driving car as far as just comfort and just everything, you guys. I mean, it's really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this battery. Then I'm gonna take this seat with me to see if we can maybe get those heated seat functions to work, and shoot, just really get it to work at all. I've never even had the seats even move at all. Let me go ahead and wrap this up, and then I'll chime back in with you when I get back in the car. All right, y'all, I am on my way from leaving. Damn, this dude right here riding his bike on the freeway just crossed in front of me on the on-ramp. Shoot. Anyways, y'all, I'm on my way back from my storage to my girl's parents' crib. My girl wants a coffee, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop and get her a coffee. and then I'm gonna go ahead and head in for some family time, man. So I'll probably mess with the seat for a little bit just to see if I can maybe get it to work. But other than that, man, I ain't gonna do much. Just chill, man. I don't have a whole lot of days off from work too often, especially consecutive days, so I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy that. But yeah, you guys, I'm glad you guys got to see and hear the Caprice run, man. It's been a long time since I heard that sound, y'all. So it was a pleasant sound to hear, man. She's running good. So I'm happy about the battery too. I guess I just didn't tighten it well enough. So hey, small little wins, easy fixes are always a good thing when it comes to these cars, you guys. So, but anyways, I'm about to take this exit. So you guys know what to do, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share, man. Do all that good stuff, man. And shoot, man, peace and blessings to you guys. It's definitely much needed that we need some positivity in our lives, man, and in this world, man. A lot of negativity going on, and a lot of hate and just everything, man. I wish we could just all get along together, man. But you know, it's not like that all the time. But I'm glad that we have this platform of cars, at least, to bring us all together, man. And it's a good thing, man. It's good to have something positive going on in your life, and it's good to have something to have at least an outlet to work within and towards, and so to get away from the daily grind, man. Something we can just take our minds elsewhere, and we have these cars to do that. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I got to make this turn off this freeway, but again, you guys know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, share, man. Do all that good stuff. Mr. Griffin 23, I'm out of here. Deuces.